save, save, save. Now, this is a mantra or a concept that I wish I understood earlier in my 20s, 10, 15 years ago, or even in my mid to late teens. I've always heard of the power or the value of saving, but never understood its power and the compounded effect that it creates. For the last 5 or 10 years or so, I've been pretty decent about it. I haven't gotten to the level that I want to because I still have certain expenses and debts that I need to take care of, but I'm on my way. I'm in a better place than I was 5 years ago per se, but I'm not where I need to be, and I'm not where I potentially could be and should be. But the power of saving, having a financial reservoir that you can rely on your own and you can dip into without going into debt, without asking favors from anybody else, and doing so on a consistent basis is something very powerful. And when you're able to do that, there's sort of a freedom. Again, I haven't even got to the point where I'm completely financially free. I want to say that I'm financially better off than I was, and I'm in a position where I've made much better financial decisions that have had an effect to allow me to do other things that I want to do, that have allowed me to explore the options that are much more desirable to me. And I'm looking forward into doing something like this for the rest of my life. For the rest of my life. And that's not even an exaggeration. But the little impact that it has had thus far, I can only imagine how much of a big impact it'll have 10 to 15 years from now. And some of you who are actually really young, late teens, early 20s, the impact that it'll have 30 years from now. So, saving is something you should strive for. Now, when I say this, it's one thing to say it, but to actually implement it and to actually follow through with the whole process of saving, it's an entirely different process, an entirely different concept. Because if it was that easy to do, everybody would do it. The thing is, it is easy to do, but at the same time, it's essentially not easy to do. So I think that is why a lot of the individuals do not do such a thing. Save, save, save. We've gotten involved in so much consumerism, excessive spending, that saving is not even an afterthought. It's a concept that people think that doesn't even exist, sort of like Santa Claus. When you're an adult, when you're a kid, you believe in Santa Claus and all these other fictional characters. But as you get older, as you're an adult, it's the same concept. You don't even believe in saving or anything like that anymore. Cutting back spending. I believe that those two are mutually exclusive. If you're cutting back your spending and excessive spending, essentially what you're doing with that money is saving. So I believe they go hand in hand, but in moderation. So save, save, save. I just wanted to be motivational about that. If you have any points or any tips that you can provide for me, if you're an individual that saves and you're like me who aspires to be the ultimate saver, not necessarily, I don't want to get to the point where my life is consumed with frugality, but I do want to get better at saving, and I'm open for suggestions. And as always, BenPhrases, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Peace.